All right, let us start with a sports story. I, I have to be a little bit careful when I do stories like this because I could definitely see myself being this guy, especially at the age of 22, when Taylor Hendricks was at the Philadelphia-Atlanta game, and he was kicked out because he didn't have a ticket, and he was too drunk. And on his way out of the stadium, as the cops were ushering him out, he went nuts and attacked a police horse. He punched, he attacked the human officer, but also punched the horse in the face. He was arrested for aggravated assault, illegally, I know, right? It says illegally taunting a police horse, simple assault, and defiant trespass. I grew up in Richland Hills and in North Richland Hills. I went to Richland High School. My parents still live over in that area. My parents, they all were from there and everything, so I grew up on that side of town. Grew up reading the Star-Telegram pretty much every morning, to where it would make like the little imprint from the ink on the kitchen counter for me and my brother would read the Star-Telegram every morning. I still live over there now. I live in West Fort Worth with my wife. And so the first chance I had to buy a house, that's where I wanted to buy a house. I just love it over there. You know, Dallas has got its own vibe too, but I prefer Fort Worth. And part of the reason that that's possible for me to do that is that the show that I produce over here, I don't really have to leave during rush hour at all, which is pretty much the case, I guess, with any radio job. You're not really going to be driving whenever people are supposed to be in their cars listening. So I leave at about 9:45 and get here at about 10:30, and then I try to leave at about 3:30 in the afternoon, right when our show ends, unless I have a Mavericks game, because I do Mavericks post game, and I'll stay over here on those days. So the normal day, I try to get here at about 10:30. I leave at about 3:30, and I always try to do about 2 hours of work before and 2 hours of work afterward for the show. And so what that consists of is just mainly texting back and forth with Bob in the morning, Dan in the evening, because Dan sleeps in, and Bob probably goes to bed around the same time I do. So we're just pretty much in constant contact with one another about stuff we want to do for the show, audio we need to go find, segment ideas we want to research. Somebody wants somebody else on the show to watch this show or this documentary or this anything, and we just are constantly, I guess, trying to turn over every stone to try to do segments that maybe other people haven't done yet on the station or on any other station in general, I guess. So that's our job, is just constantly try to be creating stuff that's a little bit different than what you might be able to hear on another radio station, and sometimes we get close.